More than 100 migrants arrested during a multi-agency raid, a targeted operation north of Houston this week. ICE says it targeted the Colony Ridge area, which, by the way, has a large Hispanic population because of, quote, cartel activity and illegal alien population. Again, that is a quote from ICE. And while the operation had the support of Governor Greg Abbott and the developer of Colony Ridge, it's left many people there understandably fearful. CBS News national reporter Karen Hua has the details from Houston. Karen, thank you so much for joining us today. Can you walk us through this operation and exactly who was arrested?
Yeah, good afternoon, Mugo. So I'm actually here in the office of Fiel. They're a local nonprofit that really helps with immigration rights, and they've been working in this Colony Ridge neighborhood for over 10 years at this point. So they're very connected. They're very on the ground there. I just interviewed the executive director, and from his knowledge, from his reports, this is what he knows happened. He says 118 people were taken. To his knowledge, all of them were adults, no children reported yet, and they were mostly male. He says while ICE and DPS went into some workplaces like tire shops and restaurants to ask for the owner's employee identification numbers, that's how they took some of the people. He says most of the people were actually taken at traffic stops. So either police found a way to say that their backlight was out, or they didn't have a license plate, or something of the matter, they were stopped because of traffic. And then he says that throughout the course of asking them questions, especially for some folks who didn't speak English fluently, that's when their status was revealed in that line of questioning. And Cesar, the director of Fiel, says that it very much was a case of folks who didn't know to exercise their Fifth Amendment rights, which is why they answered many of these questions and were ultimately arrested when their status was found out. ICE was called and they were taken to a center.
So, Karen, as we mentioned, we know Governor Greg Abbott and also the developer of Colony Ridge, they both supported this raid. What are they saying?
Yeah, so Governor Greg Abbott, we reached out to his office and he's not answering any questions so far, but we do have a tweet from him. He confirms that 118 people were arrested thanks to ICE, HSI, and the Texas Department of Public Safety. And he says we must remain vigilant about this neighborhood. And now the CEO of the Colony Ridge development, they released a statement to us saying, quote, "We are grateful for the efforts of Governor Abbott, from Homan, and all those involved in rooting out criminal illegals in Texas. In fact, DPS officers have been working throughout Colony Ridge for more than 2 years. They know who the bad guys are, so we are fully supportive of these efforts. We also know that Colony Ridge remains one of the safest communities of its size anywhere in Texas, and we are proud of our residents and their desire to make this community a vibrant, happy, and safe place to live."
All right, Karen Hua, thank you so much for your reporting today.